Great story. Hey, the billion-dollar business of football kicked off last night with the reigning Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks, easily taking down the Green Bay Packers. While neither of those teams are part of the Forbes top 5 most valuable NFL teams, there's no doubt about it. The league's bottom line is growing very rapidly. In fact, the average NFL team currently worth $1.4 billion. That's up 23% just year over year. Mike Ozanian is the executive editor at Forbes Media, and he joins us now. Mike, everyone is fascinated with just the riches of professional sports teams. You know, overnight we find out the LA Clippers are worth $2 billion, not $500 million. I would suspect that these numbers for these NFL teams are relatively out of sync. They're probably worth a lot more.
Well, I'd like to think I do a little better job than that, but
I'm not trying to diss you, my man.
You know, but Charles, you make a great point. Well, as we've seen the escalation in team values across all sports, if anything, the Forbes numbers recently have been low. There's no getting away from that, my friend. So you're right there. And of course, as you and I have discussed in the past, you know, it's these huge TV deals that keep pushing values higher mainly. And look at the NFL. Starting this year with this package, the average team, each team is going to get $156 million per year over the course of this deal versus just $96 million per team the previous deal.
Todd is here. Todd, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, look, these NFL teams have far more room to grow. Look, this is a great – Roger Goodell's doing a wonderful thing for the league right now. They make $9 billion a year in annual revenues. When you look at all the teams combined, they're talking about going international. Merchandise sales are 30% of the total NFL revenue bucket. So you can only assume when people go out there buying these shirts, they're doing everything. It's about civic pride. It's not even about entertainment.
Let me jump in there, and this is for both you guys, but I'll ask you first, Todd. The commissioner is making $44 million a year.
He's underpaid.
To the average person, that sounds completely outrageous. $44 million?
Hey.
That's crazy. Those are nuts.
Charles.
If this was a publicly traded company doing $9 billion a year and the CEO was making $44 million,
he's
there would
underpaid.
be a shareholder lawsuit.
He's underpaid. Look, this league is going through the roof. It's the most valuable. Look, take the top 5 teams on the planet right now. 3 of the top 5 are NFL teams. You're probably going to see more, all 5 in a couple of years take over. Look, this league is continuing to grow at exponential numbers right now. It's all because of Roger Goodell.
There's no doubt about it, Mike, that the commissioners played an amazing role in all of this. How far do you think they can grow? I mean, we know that they have these private deals, these stadium deals, there's international growth. There was a time maybe 10, 15 years ago, a lot of people said that was it, but they keep proving that there's more. How much more could it go?
Charles, there's a lot of room for growth because what the NFL has discovered versus the way it used to think a few decades ago is they can continually add more content and still charge more. Look, this year there's a full slate of games on Thursday night, and I think technology, what guys like Jonathan Kraft are doing, the president of the Patriots, bringing technology into it so that you have a new product such as NFL Now, an app that people can download. 60% of the online traffic for the NFL comes during the week when there are no games. What they're showing is the more content you offer, the more is being consumed, and they're still able to increase prices. Technology is going to send team values much higher across all sports.
So how does this work then, Mike? At some point, is there a cannibalization thing? Because right now it's all about their power over cable TV operators. Every time they're up for bid, these guys go crazy trying to outbid each other. Does there come a point when I can watch this thing on Facebook that diminishes returns, or just a free-for-all? It's always going to be great.
You know, a TV executive got upset because of the deal that the NFL cut with Sprint, giving all games over the weekend to Sprint where they could watch it on the handheld device. And when he called up the NFL executive said one thing: how are your ratings? 21, the 21 highest rated sporting events last year were NFL games.
Right.
They may cannibalize it at some point, but they're a long way from there right now, Charles.
Todd?
And it's the fans, too. I mean, take a look at the Washington Redskins. This is a team that actually has equated a $500 million valuation increase just based off of their fans. I mean, Jennifer Schoenberger, one of the Fox Business reporters, did an excellent piece about this, talking about if just taking that name alone and you start thinking of the valuation increase. And this is a team that's playing about 500 ball anyway over the last 10 years. But going forward, you look at all these these other teams, just the idea that they're merchandise sales, and it's not just here in America, it's also global. That's great for the overall industry.
All right, guys, two guys who are excited about football. Hey, who you guys going for last night? I was rooting for Seattle.
It doesn't matter. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. We already know we're going to win the Super Bowl.
I think well, I'm a Giants fan, but my dark horse to go to the Super Bowl this year is Houston.
Really? That is a dark horse. Hey, I hope you can predict, well, listen, you're the best when it comes to crunching the numbers, but on this sort of thing, I don't know, my man. Hey, thanks a lot, Mike. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Todd, stick around, buddy.